He looks at her, his eyes clear and kind, but he doesn't recognize her. A gentle confusion on his face, he asks the question she's come to expect, the one that still cracks her heart. "I'm sorry," he says, his voice soft. "Have we met?" She musters a smile, heavy with 1,000 memories he can't access. It's a sad smile, but pure love. "Yes," she replies, reaching for the large, leather-bound book on the table between them. "Let me tell you our story." She opens the book. The story doesn't begin with the illness. It begins with a sun-drenched afternoon in a field of wildflowers. Years before their world got complicated, he'd packed a lopsided picnic, forgetting forks, but remembering 2 kinds of mustard. She'd laughed so hard she cried, and he wiped her tears away, tucking a daisy behind her ear. He told her then, with the sun warming their faces, that her laugh was his favorite song. That was their beginning. A time of easy laughter and shared dreams, dancing in the kitchen to no music, falling asleep on the sofa. Their love felt infinite, a fortress that could stand against anything. The first crack in that fortress was almost unnoticeable. A forgotten name, misplaced keys, simple, everyday slips. Then came the day he got lost on the way home from the grocery store he'd been going to for a decade. The diagnosis that followed was a quiet, sterile word, but it hit with the force of a tidal wave, threatening to wash away everything they'd built. That night, holding each other in the dark, they made a promise. They would face it together. Facing it, though, was a slow, painful process of erosion. The illness was a thief, stealing his memories one by one. First went the small things like his favorite movie or the color of her eyes. Then it came for the foundations, the story of how they met, the song they danced to at their wedding. Each loss was a quiet heartbreak, another piece of their shared history, turning to smoke. He would have moments of clarity, fleeting glimpses of the man he used to be. And in those moments, the sheer fear in his eyes was almost unbearable. She watched as the fortress crumbled. Stone by stone, she felt so helpless, like a bystander watching the person she loved most slowly disappear. It was on one of those long, sleepless nights that she realized she couldn't stop the thief, but maybe she could build something new in the wreckage. The next day, she began. She gathered everything faded photographs from old shoeboxes, ticket stubs from their first date, dried flowers from anniversaries. She began to write. She didn't write for him to remember. She wrote for him to know. She filled the pages with their life, not as a list of facts, but as a story. She wrote about his courage, her stubbornness, and the unshakable love that held them together. The process was agonizing, with each memory a reminder of what was gone. The lowest point came on a Tuesday afternoon. He looked at her, the woman he had loved for 30 years, and asked her if she was a nurse. So now, back in the present, she turns another page in the heavy book. His eyes are fixed on the photograph pasted there, the 2 of them, young and beaming, covered in paint. After a disastrous attempt to repaint the living room. "This," she begins, "is the story of the day we decided the walls should be blue." She reads aloud, not just the facts, but the feeling of the day, the way he accidentally flicked paint onto her nose, and how she retaliated by painting a blue stripe across his cheek, the sound of the laughter that filled the entire house. He doesn't remember it, of course. There's not even a flicker of recognition, but he's completely captivated. He listens intently, a small smile playing on his lips as he hears about the adventures of these 2 people. In the photograph, he looks from the picture to her face, a new light in his gaze. He isn't looking at a memory. He's looking at the storyteller. He's falling in love, not with the past he can't remember, but with their story. This is their new reality. The man she married is gone in a way. He's a ghost who lives only in the pages of the book she's holding. The sadness of that loss is a constant, quiet hum beneath the surface of her days. But the man who sits across from her, the one who listens with fresh wonder each morning, As she tells him their story is someone she has grown to love all over again. It's not the life they ever planned. And yes, it's a sad story. But when he reaches across the table, placing his hand over hers, his eyes filled with a gentle, present moment affection. She knows it's also a good one. Love finds a way to endure, even when memories don't. If this story touched you, we'd love to hear what enduring love means to you. Share your thoughts in the comments.